In this video, we'll cover how we can use the RuleCMS wireframe interface to drag and drop and create a web page like this, a wireframe of a web page with a title, a header at the top, a sidebar, a main content, and a footer section at the bottom. And this is a responsive template that we built for tablet as well as mobile. It works for all resolutions, and it works in dark mode and light mode. So let's take a look at how we can build something like this. Let's navigate to the app first. And here we'll start with making the header. So we drop in a title and we'll drop two button icons to the left and right of it. So one to the left and one to the right. And here we're going to change this to, let's take a look at the list of icons and pick up something that could be potentially an app icon. So like that one. Paste it here. Right, so that's the app icon. And on the right side, something that would be the menu. So maybe just choose one of these options. Alright, so this is our header. I want to change, I want it to spread around. So for that, we'll go on the row layout. And instead of this option, we'll choose this. So now they are spread. To take the entire space in preview mode, this will look like this. So we are ready to save this as header. So we saved it as a collection and it will show up here. Now we'll reset it and let's start making the footer. So for the footer, we'll have a heading and some links. So I'll use this for like a subheading and we'll change the content. So for all three resolutions, we have changed the content, and now we'll add some links, which can be just we can just use this. So and change the content again. All three resolutions, and then let's copy it. I pressed on Command C or Control C for Windows to get into the copy mode, so I can just use this icon to make multiple copies of this. We'll make 4 copies, and Command C again to get out of it. Maybe just one more. Alright, so that's my footer subsection. I'll save it as footer subsection. Alright, and we want 4 of these. So now we go to the home page, reset everything, and we'll drag and drop 4 of these guys. So we can either drag and drop or duplicate. Let's add one more. So that is my full footer, and in preview mode it looks something like this. Let's check on different resolutions. It looks quite squished for mobile, and we have a solution for that. So what we can do is we can go in here and change the row layout itself to wrap the content, so the bottom option here. And when we click on it in editor mode, we still want to see where all the elements are laid out, so it doesn't show up here, but in preview mode for lower resolutions it will wrap nicely. So that's the footer for the page. We'll close this, we'll go here and we'll just save this as footer. So now we have another collection called footer that we can use across different pages. Reset again, and now we are ready to build the sidebar. For the sidebar, we'll choose this. Once again, edit the content, and below that we'll add a few links. So let's go to button and these links. Alright, so we have about 4 links here, and we'll save this as a sidebar subsection. Now we reset again, and now we can use that sidebar subsection to create a sidebar with multiple entries, one below the other. So we drag one up here, copy mode, drag one more. So we built 2 of them. If we later choose, we can build more, but let's just stick with 2 for now. And we'll save this as our sidebar collection. So now we got our header, footer, and sidebar, and let's start picking the main section. So we'll have a main section with different cards, and each of these cards by default it takes the whole space, right? So if I just make a copy of it and copy one more, this is what we'll have for mobile, and for mobile it just becomes really small or very stretched out, right? So we want them to wrap, and we have that property we've used once before, so we'll do that. We'll go to row layout and we'll wrap it like this. And this will only show up in preview mode, but this looks great, but probably we don't want it to wrap for desktop. So for desktop, we'll try to limit its width so that it doesn't wrap. So we'll go here and we'll go to the dimensions property, and for desktop we'll go to max width and limit it to, let's say, 31%, and we want to do it for all three of them. So we'll go here, and if I knew in advance, then I could just turn it for one and duplicate it the same. What I mean by that, for example, I delete this. If I just copy this, then it will have the same property that I was looking for. So that's another way to just repeat things. You can copy the one with the correct properties. So anyways, so this is all set. If we look at the desktop mode, it looks good. Wraps in tablet and wraps in mobile mode, and this row is ready. So this is the editor, but in the actual published mode, this is what it will look like, right? So that's great. We can save this as a row of main content. So we got one row of it, and just like all the other workflows, we'll just drag one of these and just make multiple copies of it, right? So here's one more row, maybe just think that should be enough. 4 rows of main content, and maybe I'll just make it 3. All right, so it looks nice. All of this can be edited later when they're together, but I'll save this as main section. All right, so this is the main section, and now we are ready to put all of these collections together on a page. So we'll drag the header first at the top, then we'll drag the sidebar and the main content to the right of the sidebar. All right, and the footer right below it, right? So footer, take this and drop it here. So this is and this is not vertically aligned, and we can click on this, go to row layout, and for the vertical alignment we can just say align at the top, so it looks nice. Now if we just preview it, this is what my web page will look like. Let's check in different dimensions as well. Tablet looks great, and mobile looks good as well. So it's ready, and we can just save this as a collection so that we can use it, edit it later for different web pages. So I'll just save this as one web page. And now this web page is we can publish it right away as a page if we wanted to. But what I want to do is this is a nice collection I've built, and then I want others also to be able to use this collection. So for that I can publish it as a template as well. So I go into this collection. Now this collection is what I'm editing, and here I get the option to publish it. And when I publish it, I just need to have a unique name that is across the web for everybody, and web page is not taken, so I'll just call it web page, and I'll give it a description. So with this description, I'll just go ahead and publish it. So now my collection is published as a template, and anybody can go to this link and they can view it and import it. So it will be available like this, and they can click on import. So I'll just try to log in as another user to import it. So now I'm logged in as a different user, and I can import this template. Clicking on this button successfully imports it, and when I go as a different user, I go into the app, this template is available to me as a collection. So now it's one of my private collections, and I can edit it, change it the way I like it, or just drag it to a page and publish the page. Everything is editable for me. So I can just go in here and modify this collection, the entire collection for myself, and then for this specific section, I can just go here and delete this icon, and we just want to get this alignment to the center. So we'll click on the row layout, and we'll center align it. So now when we go to the home page, I've changed it. So similarly, I mean, anything at all that we want to edit, we can change here. So maybe for this guy, there are 3 rows. We can just let's do something very specific. In this case, let's delete a row, and then for this row, we want just this row to be something different. So I can maybe just have maybe let's just edit that row. So we'll take this, go in here, and this row we'll just swap out the cards here with something different. So we'll use this kind of card, we'll delete all of these, and for this card we'll go into edit mode, and we wanted to set the max width for desktop to be something like this, and just make a few copies, and maybe, yeah, so this is great. Now we have changed that one row, and let's see. So as a whole, we have seen that the entire template changes, so everything can be editable within that copy that I made myself.